Yo, 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 what is going on, IK fam? BN, we are back again today for another dope sauce Infinity Kingdom video. I'm pretty excited. Today we're going to be talking about Yoshitsune and his most used Tower of Knowledge skills. Now, as I mentioned before in our previous videos, the big thing that we're focusing here is testing out our third and final data mining variation, which is going to be looking at the top alliances. And we pulled this, and I'll show you here from my IK everything sheet, right? So there's 11 servers, and what we did is we pulled 4 pieces of data to get it to 44 compared to our usual 45, so we're only 1 march short here, but still should be a nice accurate soft pull. And we did it from, again, the strongest alliances based on the overall servers from the list, which was our July ranking that we did. So now let's take a look at Yoshi, and we're going to look at the most used 3 skills, and then I'll show you the top 5 skills for Yoshi from the majority of players. Now again, we pulled from server 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18, and then finally 23. Now there's definitely some skills on here that are pretty consistent with what we've kind of been seeing. I would say a decent amount of players running specifically on Yoshi. I think one that initially comes to mind, just from seeing it being ran on others, again, right, you kind of have the cleave, right, you got the berserk, I think that's pretty consistent. Anger, I thought was a really interesting skill just because of how often I saw that it was used, right. There was some kind of, I don't want to say random additions, but some flex pick kind of ToK skills that we saw that didn't really get a lot of love, at least across this. Like Malice was something I saw. So I saw, I think, 1 or 2 people trying. There was, oh gosh, concentration was one that was really only used a few times from what I could tell. Oaken Guard, I saw 1 person that was running that in S4. So again, some Lifelink was one I saw as well. I believe only 1 person was running that. Right, so some one-offs here and there. But now let's get to the actual top 5. So the number 5 skill right now is War Blessing, right? This is used 7 times. And then we have the number 4 skill, which is Cleave, right? Again, kind of both tied for 4, if you will. Number 3, always have to have a quality Midnight Yawn, is going to be Berserk, coming in at number 9, right? So these kind of 2 here, pretty standard for what we see being used. Now, the next 2 are going to be a little more interesting. So now we have Death Breath being used as the second most used, right? So this is kind of tied for 3rd, tied for 2nd. And then you have the overwhelming majority at the number 1 most used skill on Yoshitsune is Anger, right? This was used more than half the amount of times on Yoshitsune from the 44 players that we pulled data from. Now, if we go and we look at, for example, Yoshi, you will see that his skill, right, shoots 3 arrows in a row, with each arrow inflicting physical damage of a damage rate between 123 and up to 410% to a random enemy unit. If the target has less than 50% troops, the damage increases by 50%. So again, physical damage, we can see that as well, where you see the strength is 405, intelligence 504. You can see that physical attack, right, is almost 3 times magical attack. Magical defense, though, is higher than physical defense, which I guess is somewhat interesting. But at least on the attack portion, right, Yoshi being a little bit more physical focused. So now let's look at the top 3 skills. Right, I have to remember what Anger looks like. It's like the fist. Here we go. So Anger increases your physical damage by 9%. It goes up to 30%. right? So again, I can understand it's a straight physical skill. Yoshi's very physical focus with a 3-to-1 ratio for his magic attack, right? Running anger, right? Again, you can sell me on that. Now let's go and look at Death Breath. Oh gosh, I have to remember. It is the skull. Oh, here we go. Gosh, I had to find it real quick because a lot of these are locked still. Okay, every 6 seconds causes physical damage. The damage rate of that is 22.5. It goes up to 75% to all enemy units, and magical damage once. Right, so it'll cause physical and magical damage to all enemy units every 6 seconds. And again, the magic damage on Yoshi's okay, but obviously it's the physical damage that you're really getting off of Death Breath, right? It's just really kind of a little bit more icing on the cake, so to speak, with the magic damage. And then lastly, right, we have Berserk. So Berserk, right, increases the attack speed of all your units by 3%. This maxes at 10 and restores a small amount of HP. Recovery rate is 9% and goes up to 30 with every successful normal attack. Right, this is an aura skill, so you can only have one attached. So again, I can see this with Yoshi, right? Really high physical attack, right? You want to increase some attack speeds. You can try and get maybe a couple, 1 or 2 extra skills off, but you also want to take advantage of the high physical attack that he has, right, with that 3-to-1 ratio. And then also you get a little bit of kind of some lifesteal here, right, a little vampirism that'll hopefully help him sustain a little bit longer in battle as a backline unit. So I think all of those skills make a lot of sense in regards to the top 3 that we ended up seeing mainly being used. With that said, as always, right, I pass the question off to you guys, right? What do you think about the top 5 skills that we're seeing most used? What do you think about some of the one-off skills? What 3 skills do you like to run with Yoshi? And anything about the data that we pulled. As always, I hope you guys enjoy the content. Until next time, we'll catch y'all later.